Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about a secret weapon stat that Riot hides from you. When you go into the buy menu, you can hover over each weapon and see the damage, fire rate, penetration, zoom multiplier, and first shot accuracy. This stat is so important, but no one talks about it. The stat I'm talking about is recoil reset. So what is recoil reset? We already know what recoil is. It's how much your crosshair kicks up after firing a shot. Recoil reset, on the other hand, is how long it takes for you to be able to fire accurately after already firing a shot. Now, this delay depends on the weapon and also how many shots have already been fired. Firing a lot of shots means that it takes quite a while to reset, and firing a single shot usually means it resets quite quickly. We're going to go through some results before I explain more. I went into the range and recorded every rifle's reset time after firing 1 to 10 bullets. I verified my results by recording and repeating each test to ensure that the results are reliable and valid. The results actually surprised me. Everyone talks about the Phantom having less recoil than the Vandal. While this is true, the recoil reset of the Phantom is actually worse than the Vandal for the first 5 bullets. After 5, the Phantom does have a faster reset than the Vandal. Here's a graph with the rest of the weapons enabled. I also plotted another graph, aggregated damage over time. For the Phantom, I only took the close range damage into consideration. As expected, the Phantom with the highest DPS trends upwards more than the other rifles as time goes on. On the other hand, the Guardian with the lowest DPS starts falling behind. Now, there's a very important spot on this graph, and this spot is the 100 HP mark. Why is this so significant? There's a lot of util in this game that you need to break quickly that has 100 HP, such as Drone or Raina eyes. In game, you'll often find yourself in situations where you need to react quickly to break the util, stop shooting, and requiet the target, the enemy's head. If the recoil reset takes too long, you won't be able to shoot accurately in time, and it's over. Spray transferring can work, but in a lot of situations, it's less reliable because spray inherently has a RNG factor. Given the damage that each rifle does, each rifle needs 3 bullets except for the Guardian, which can do it in 2. So how long does it take to fire these bullets? The Phantom breaks the eye the fastest at 182 milliseconds. Next up is the Guardian at 190 milliseconds. The Bulldog is actually faster than the Vandal at exactly 200 milliseconds, and the Vandal is slightly behind at 205 milliseconds. This is interesting because the Vandal, being the most popular rifle in Valorant, actually takes the longest to break a Raina eye. And yes, these differences are not massive. It's around 23 milliseconds between the Vandal and the Phantom, but I think any seasoned Valorant player will say that this difference is noticeable. But this graph doesn't tell the full story. This graph tells us how quickly a 100 HP target can be deleted, but it doesn't tell us how soon we will be able to fire accurately again. So what we do is we find the recoil reset time at 3 bullets and for the Guardian 2. Now, the results here surprised me again. The Vandal now has the fastest recoil reset time at 300 milliseconds. The Phantom is next, followed closely by the Bulldog and then the Guardian, which even though it only fired 2 bullets, still has a much longer reset time than the other bullets which fired 3. So now, if we want to find the overall time to be able to shoot accurately after breaking a Raina eye, we just need to add the results of the 2 graphs. Here are the results. So even though the Vandal took the longest to actually deal 100 damage and break the Raina eye, its recoil reset time is so much faster than the Phantom, so that the Vandal is actually the fastest rifle on paper to break a Raina eye and reacquire a target accurately, on paper. The reason why I say on paper is because, once again, this is not the full story. There are 2 factors that change the story completely once again. I recorded all the rifles dealing 100 damage and realized that the reset curve is non-linear. This means that the rate of recoil reset is not constant. I stabilized the footage so that the targets are stationary in the frame, which makes it easier to track each crosshair. Notice how jumpy the movement of each crosshair is. Feel free to pause this and rewind a few times to get your own judgment. Looking closely at the Vandal, its reset pattern is much more jumpy than the other rifles. This can make it more difficult to reposition your crosshair onto the right spot while the recoil is still resetting. The second factor is how difficult it is to consistently fire exactly 3 bullets with the Vandal or Phantom every single time. It's easy to misfire and accidentally shoot 4 or even 5 bullets, which means you have to wait for a longer recoil reset. On the other hand, clicking twice with the Guardian is very consistent. As you can see in this footage, where the Guardian fires 2 and the other rifles fire 4 bullets to simulate a misfire, there's a large difference. Look how the Guardian pretty much already resets at this point, and the other rifles haven't even reached the head yet. So what can we take away from this? The Phantom breaks the eye the quickest, and is only slightly slower than the Vandal when it comes to overall time. The advantage of breaking the eye so quickly is that you get to see quicker, so you can assess the situation sooner. The Vandal breaks the eye the slowest, but completely resets recoil the quickest. This means you're blinded for longer than the other rifles, but also the recoil reset is quite jumpy. The Guardian is the second fastest rifle to break the eye, but takes the longest to reset the recoil, although the recoil reset is very smooth. Also, the Guardian is the most consistent when it comes to not overfiring, because you don't have to worry about shooting more than you need with tap firing. The Bulldog? No one likes a Bulldog. It's almost as slow as the Vandal when it comes to breaking the eye, and the recoil reset pattern is also a bit jumpy and has some sideways movement, which can be annoying. So which one do you pick? I like the Bulldog. I'm just kidding, no one likes a Bulldog. Personally, as you guys can probably guess already, the Guardian is my favorite choice, mainly because you don't have to worry about overfiring with it, which makes it, in my opinion, the most consistent rifle to break Raina eyes quickly. In reality, you'll be using any one of these weapons, and in practice it doesn't really matter, you just need to shoot the Raina eye, but I hope this data can make you more mindful. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, take care, I'll see you guys in the next one.